Hello, I hope you're all well. It's been a long time since I last filmed a video, and I'm pretty sure I talk about this in every video, but I think it's just going to be a theme of this channel that I'm not going to be able to regularly upload. So thank you for being super patient with me and for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I thought I would give you an update. Basically, since the last video I filmed, I became really ill. Completely recovered now, so that's great, but that knocked me out for absolutely weeks. In that video, I did say that I was preparing for an exam. I couldn't take that exam on the actual scheduled date. I had to take it quite a bit later. But thank you to everybody who wished me lots of luck, because I did end up, after I'd recovered, being able to study, and I passed that with flying colours. So that was great, and thank you for wishing me good luck on that. But since then, life has been crazy, as it always is, and obviously we're all going through this global pandemic right now, and to be honest, the whole thoughts of all of that have pretty much completely overtaken my life. And in many ways it's been very positive, actually. Then one of the negative things is I have not been able to go to the Woodland. I have been once recently, but my focus has not been getting out of the house. Obviously we're on lockdown in the UK at the moment, but I think it would be fine to go to the Woodland because I'm just going to be in the car to get there, and then it's completely in the middle of nowhere, so that wouldn't be a problem, and still be socially distancing. But yes, one thing it has really pushed me into is becoming sort of more self-sufficient in life, which is what I was planning on doing anyway. It's just that this situation has really forced my hand with all of that and made me focus a lot more on that, which is why I am standing in a potting shed right now. This was actually my son's potting shed, although it was designed by the company, I'm sure, to be a potting shed, but in my mind it was never going to be one. It was his space observatory, and that's why we had it in a different place in the garden, so that he could view the sky through these windows. But he used it like twice. We set it up with a camp bed and everything in here for him, and he used it twice, and he never slept in here, and that was that. He completely lost interest. I think once he had the opportunity to do more space stuff, he actually realised that's not what he wanted to do. So now I have commandeered it, and we have moved it so that this window, instead of capturing a view of the night sky, can actually capture more of the sunlight. However, this is kind of old now and it's not letting in as much sunlight as I would like. But it's what we've got. So this is what I'm using. We've got the plants, the seedlings all coming on in here, and some brand new spiders making a nice new home. So we've got Shelob's babies settling in, which kind of frightens me, but for now we will see. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy up in here a little bit, because I have also been collecting lots of used kitchen bits and bobs, like empty milk cartons to use as plant pots and things like that, and over this last week I've just thrown it in here on the floor. So I'm going to tidy up and I will be back with you in a minute. Taking the plants out for the day. Okay, so I tidied up the shed, I went inside and made myself a coffee, and then I came back out and I rambled to the camera so much I can't even bring myself to watch it, let alone edit it and let you all watch it. So here I am again 2 days later, And I think I'm just going to try and summarize everything I was saying before. Basically, I just want to update everybody on what I've been doing during this crazy lockdown. And mostly I have been concentrating on growing vegetables and trying to become a little bit closer to self-sufficient. I'm never going to be able to be fully self-sufficient where I live currently, although it is a longer term goal of mine. But I can just get a little slice of it, and I have started growing some vegetables. We do plan on moving at some point, and that's what's put me off of doing this before. But actually what I've learned and what I think would be valuable for a lot of people like me actually, who sit and watch YouTube a lot and watch a lot of self-sufficiency things and a lot of bushcraft and eco-friendly everything, and it's just to do it, and don't put it off, and don't wait until you've got the land that you're dreaming of, which is what I was doing, sort of making excuses. Oh well, I can't do that because I don't have 3 acres and all of this. Obviously I can't turn the woodland into a giant self-sufficient garden, it's not the right type of land. But yeah, I think my point is just to go for it, because there's so much that I didn't know, and so many mistakes I've made, happily, because now I know what not to do, that it's really opened my eyes to the fact that yes, self-sufficiency is this one subject, but actually there's so many rabbit holes within that, and gardening is just this giant rabbit hole in itself, and you can spend your whole life learning just about that. And I'm not a gardener really, so I think it's also helped to lower my expectations of my future aspirations, and if that makes any sense, that maybe even if I did have a house in the countryside with lots of land, that I will probably never be fully self-sufficient, and maybe I just need to aim towards just a slice of that kind of lifestyle, and to do it now. Do it now, because what am I waiting for? Yeah, that was basically what I was rambling on about. And if I'm not careful, this will become a ramble as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little bit around the garden, and have a little bit of a talk about what I've been doing for these past weeks. And I'm also going to show you the billock that I have started what's the word? I was going to say refurbishing, but that's not what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, I'll show you around the garden. Restoring. I remembered the word. The word is restoring. I am restoring a billock. Attempting to, at least, anyway. I'll show you in a second. So this is my granddad's old billock, and as you can see, it's kind of rusty and a bit yuck. It's lost its handle. I have no idea what to do about that just yet, but one step at a time. First of all, I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty rusty. It just looks kind of black, but no, it's quite rusty, and I have it soaking in some vinegar, though it smells of pickled egg, because it was actually the pickled egg vinegar that I reused. So the garden has changed quite dramatically since I last showed you the garden. We have moved the potting shed, which is what I was just in, and I will show you a clip of us putting that up. This is where I have planted the potatoes. We have first earlies and second earlies already in, but I did plant them quite late, so they're not coming up yet. But this is the main veg bed, and I have a space for the main crop to go in. They're not in yet, they will be soon. There I have broad beans, the first set, and it will be a whole row. I have planted the others and they haven't come up yet. Beyond there I'm going to have lots of lettuce and all sorts of leafy greens. Here on the patio I have lettuce growing in an old laundry basket, and when it rains I cover it with the pushchair rain cover so that the lettuce doesn't end up with its roots completely soaked. Over here I have some rhubarb and some horseradish, a little herb garden. I have my seedlings coming on in here. Then some marrows and tomatoes in the same bag. I've no idea if that's any good or not, we'll see. The rest of the vegetable bed, I'll have the beans and then some leafy greens. Right. Over towards the fence back there I have garlic, and I know it's the wrong season for that. Tomatoes, I will be having cucumbers in there and tomatoes. Nothing in this bed just yet, but probably onions. Over here I will be having French climbing beans, and I've also popped some broad beans in there. Then we have some carrots. Now I would like a lot more carrots, but I don't think my ground's suitable and I don't have any more raised beds. So that's what I have been concentrating on during this lockdown. Obviously I could grow a lot more in this garden, but lacking experience I thought I would start small. And that's how far I've got so far. I'm literally collecting everything I've turned into a womble, where I'm taking all rubbish and repurposing it, because I don't have plant pots, so everything is now a plant pot in my mind. People have gone mad. Don't you just love it when you hit record and someone starts trimming their lawn? I think I'm going to title this video ooh, a spider. Okay. That's what I get for filming in a shed. It is what it is, so I'm sure I would. But we will wing it. I've escaped from the mania that is the house. It's pretty much why I've taken up gardening, really. It's nothing to do with wanting to grow food through this pandemic. It's because I need to escape the children. Yeah. No. Hey, that bag. Hey, Penny, Penny. It's my rat catcher. Oh, so nice. Oh, so nice.